Welcome back to the Driveway Beers podcast with Mike and Alex. As always, we appreciate you listening. Please rate us on all the podcast platforms. Like, subscribe, comment, share wherever else you're listening, and enjoy the show. All right, welcome back to another episode. We appreciate you coming back. As always, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Please rate us on all the podcast platforms that you're listening to. Want to thank Adam Chubbuck with Douglas Realty. That's tacmd.com, tacmd.com. Want to thank him for sponsoring this show for the last 6 months and committing for the next 6 months. We're going to have Adam on the show in a week or two, just because we do want to talk about a little bit about the economy and how it's going to affect the real estate market moving forward, how the election is going to affect things, possible rate cuts by the Fed, how that's going to affect the mortgage rates and maybe affect some of the housing market. So yeah, we'll get Adam on here so we can have someone knowledgeable speak on that. And hopefully if you guys are looking to buy or sell a home in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, you can contact Adam. Just go on tacmd.com and you can set up an appointment right on the website. We're going to get to the bourbon right away here. So we are trying something called Blade and Bow. Mm-hmm. I believe it's 91 proof.
Let me try to see this minuscule writing.
I gave the bottle to you because there's no shot I was going to be able to see it with my aging eyes. Proof.
Yep.
I don't know much about Blade and Bow. I see you're on the Jamie machine currently.
Yes.
Are you looking it up right now?
Yeah. So let's talk about the bourbon itself first. Let's see. Rigorous Solera aging method. Don't know what that is. Aged in charred American white oak barrels to create a whiskey with notes of sweet toasted cereal and warm winter spice and dried fruits. Okay. I know what some of those things are. It doesn't matter about the 5 keys. There's a key on the bottle. Like, it's got a key that's attached.
It's attached to the cork.
Yeah. So if you hear the jingling of the key, that's what that is. Imagine if you had to use the key to unlock it. You lost the key.
I'd be done before I even open it. I mean, I'm out. I'm tapped out. Sorry.
Yeah. Crafted with carefully selected straight bourbon whiskeys, including the last remaining bourbon ever produced at Stitzel and Weller. So is this a blend then?
I'm not sure. Oh, I didn't. Helps if I talking to the microphone.
Yes.
I'm not sure. Weller, though, is a very popular name in whiskey.
Right. So that's what I was on the Jamie machine for, is to see if Weller was Weller is manufactured by Sazerac.
Yeah, that's a big name.
Who does, and they Buffalo Trace, Pappy Van Winkle Reserve, and Old Rip Van Winkle.
So it's in that Buffalo Trace mold.
Yeah. But is Stitzel Weller the same thing? So, I don't know. We haven't had Weller yet. So
no. If you do know, put it in the comments below. Educate us.
Yeah.
On this one. This was a gift to me from my wife for my birthday. So we've actually had it sitting here for a while.
Yeah.
Because we had all those Penelopes, and I think we had like 2 others. So this one kind of got pushed to the back of the line. But when we were deciding between 2 tonight, this was like, hey, this has been sitting here. Why don't we just give it a try? And so I'm waiting for it to breathe a little bit. Mm-hmm. I got mine on ice. Mike's drinking his neat as normal.
Yeah.
I felt like I said that with a little bit of disdain in my voice. Sorry about that.
He's throwing some shade.
I definitely did not mean to do that.
So I'm looking at the thing, and according to Wikipedia, this is not one of the brands of Sazerac. So,
wow.
Yeah. I don't know.
But they're able to use that Weller name, huh?
I mean, Weller's the last name. So.
Yeah, but
I
don't know. That's wild to me.
Yeah. But yeah, because I can't find. Let me look up the actual Of course it has to
When you go to the website, could you give any less shits about the Five Keys Club?
None.
Like, you guys could just remove that from the website.
Yeah.
No one cares about your clubs.
Yeah. I'm not joining your club.
No. And I don't care about it. Just, is it good or not? Like, or give me a little story, a little backstory. I don't even know about... Take the key off of the it's already pretentious.
Right.
I'm sorry.
I got to put my birthday in here to get into the website.
Yeah, I did. So, yeah, I did that. I didn't lie. Didn't have to.
No.
Which is convenient.
Fake ID.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get maybe they are different. No, I don't want to connect with you.
I almost don't care enough to look. Like, I'm looking at this website and I'm just like, eh.
Yeah, they have a garden and gun club in case you wanted to join that.
Wow.
Yeah, but whiskey brands: Blade and Bow, another Blade and Bow, I.W. Harper, another Harper, another Harper. Forager's Keep, which is orphan barrels.
I think you're gonna like this a lot.
Gift Horse, Lost Prophet, Barter House. So they're their own thing. Now, I have had a brand of theirs, which is an orphan barrel called Forged Oak. I have had that.
Okay.
Many, many, many moons ago. A buddy of mine gave it to me before I was even remotely interested before I knew the difference between bourbon and scotch and whiskey and all that stuff. And now I do. I actually found this. A friend of mine gave it to me, so I have had that. And it wasn't bad, but I couldn't complain about it too much.
I'm on a roller coaster right now. I'm trying to think of the Will Ferrell quote is. So the from Anchorman about such a wide range of emotions.
Yeah, let me try this again.
Yeah, I don't. It's weird. Like, when it first got in my mouth, I was like, ooh, I like this. And then as it lingered, I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I like this. It's almost like rubber band taste.
Yes, but not chemically. I don't taste it chemically. Is chemically a word?
I don't know. Yes.
Chemically, but...
If we said it here, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
It's official. And if it isn't in a dictionary...
It's now in the lexicon.
Get it in there.
Hey, they put all kinds of stuff in the... I remember that idiot Mazie Hirono from the senator from Hawaii said something, and the very next day, Webster's on their website added it. Changed the definition.
George Bush used strategery.
I use strategery.
Now, yeah.
Yeah.
But he had to say it first
right.
to get into the everyday language.
Right.
So...
Right, strategery. As my grandfather would say, the language is going to hell in a handbasket. But, I don't know. I don't hate it. But as I'm looking at the other selections up here, I'm like, there's a whole lot better stuff sitting up here. So...
oh, I don't like that.
Not your thing, huh?
I don't know. So originally when I took my first sip, and I never judged it on the first sip, I thought I kind of got like that cinnamon red hot taste to it.
I'm not getting that at all.
I don't get that at all in the second sip.
Yeah.
I'm just getting alcohol-y rubber band taste.
Yeah.
And that's not delightful.
On the back, like, it's almost like a delayed reaction on the back, far back end. Like, it's gone. Like, it's in your stomach.
Yeah.
And I can kind of taste some fruitiness on the back, but it's not.
Like, I got it on the side of my tongue still.
Yeah. No musty taint, though. Don't have that.
Like, I mean, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it again in a couple minutes, but
yeah,
I don't know, man. Like that's rough.
Yeah,
that rubber band taste is kind of
it sticks with you.
It does. It's not going away.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to see how much she paid for this. She gets recommended, and this is from a recommendation from one of our favorite stores. So I'm not going to say where I got it from or where she got it from.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a good suggestion from the person there, and that person usually has really good suggestions.
If I'm spending $42,
okay, at least it's not that expensive.
one is so anywhere from So some of the prices that I'm seeing are 38 to 59. That could be a special edition, but
I'm seeing 45 to 50.
yeah, if I'm spending that much money, I'm just gonna buy a bottle. Like that puts me in all my favorites range, you know.
Yes.
So I'll get a bottle of Old Bardstown. I'll get a bottle of Buffalo Trace. Actually, I like Old Bardstown better than Buffalo Trace. Johnny Drum, I'll take that.
There's no way these prices are real. For some of these, like the 22 year, $1,500.
Yeah.
Blade and Bow 22 year. This is the 5 year, right? Blade and Bow key number 5. Is this key number 5? They have different key numbers? What the hell? Is that 750 milliliters?
Yeah.
Okay. Apparently they have a Blade and Bow key number 5, 750 milliliters for $290.
No thanks.
Yeah, no way.
See, I'm not spending that on any bottle of something I'm going to drink. So
you can get regular Blanton's for $130.
yeah.
I mean, not that I'm a Blanton. I've never had it, but I've heard Blanton's is good.
A friend of mine owes me a bottle of Blanton's, by the way. I helped him out at work with something. He's like, man, I owe you a bottle of Blanton's. I was like, bet. Still don't have it. It's been years.
It's on the way.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, man, you can get Pappy Van Winkle 23 year for $100. I'm just saying names at this point because I really don't know if it's any good. W.L. Weller Special, the green bottle, it's $55. Hey, shoot, man, you can get that Buffalo Trace that was on the thing for $35.
This is doing nothing for me.
I almost don't like it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna take one more sip before I officially declare I don't like it. We're heading down that path.
Now, if I had nothing to drink, I'd drink it.
Would you?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm sorry, that rubber band taste makes it a no.
Maybe it's from this string, this wax covered string that's on the.
Yeah, there's that Bib and Tucker right there. Mm-hmm. Here's a clean cup. Pour some of that. Now, get me wrong, it's a $60 bottle though.
Yeah.
Right? So we're not talking the same exact price. This is $10 more.
Right.
But it's the rest of the stuff on this table is a lot less expensive.
And I'm looking at several that are much better. So,
I mean, a lot of the Penelopes, but
yeah,
I got the other ones in the back. Wonder if I could pull one of those.
Oh, immediately.
Yeah. Like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try again. I'll try again. Give it a fair shake.
Give it another shot. See what you think. The faces.
It's almost like it was funny because when it first went in, the initial, I was like, okay, not bad.
And this is recorded for, it'll last forever.
It will.
You said, I think you're going to like this. And it was like,
yeah,
know.
But I mean, even like it's when it initially goes in the mouth on the tongue, it's not bad. But then immediately it's like rubber band.
Yeah.
Like I'm just sucking on a rubber band. Fuck, that's bad.
Yeah. And it's even the squat kind of bottle I like.
I do like that. It's that what? What's a 6-sided septagon? That's 7. Hexagon?
Yes. A hexagon has 6 sides.
Is that what that's got?
Actually, if you were to look at it this way,
yeah,
and they made it symmetrical, it would be an octagon.
Okay, so octagon shaped bottle,
like a stop sign.
That key annoys the fuck out of me.
Yeah,
as it dangles on the bottle.
It's like having a cat with a bell.
Yeah, can't have
jingle
that.
Jingle all over the place.
You can't have that. I'm sorry. All right, I'm done with this one.
I'm gonna finish it because it's here.
Oh, don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. Look, you see how much is here, right? It's not like we're hurting for bourbon right now.
Right.
Hey, I got 20 more bottles upstairs. there's enough.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to go next to the tin cup.
Give it to people you don't like.
You want to know what? Give me the bottle. It's going next to the tin cup right now. I'm not wasting any time. Tin cup you go.
Oh, boy. That's a place of disgrace next to the tin cup.
It is. Nobody heard that.
Too
far away from the microphone.
Tin cup survives only on branding. And it's amazing what branding can do. Not branding. That a pile of crap like tin cup, people can think it's good. So,
Bringing in a cheaper competitor.
Okay. The old Buffalo Trace for the win. Did you go over to that other store that I told you about yesterday?
No, I didn't. You got to remember, I still got 2 more of these bottles upstairs.
Yeah.
I think I think the wife's had enough of the hoarding, and she wants to see some of the bottles disappear.
If you drink it fast enough, it's not a problem.
I don't drink it fast enough at all.
Well, that's kind of my problem is I buy them and I drink them. And I'll buy different bourbons to bring over, and they never survive the week between when I buy them and when we record to bring it over. So I think did I ever bring the old Bardstown over? Did you try that one?
Long time ago.
Okay. What about Johnny Drum? Did that ever survive? Probably not.
Nope.
Yeah. The Fighting Cock, my favorite El Cheapo bottle.
That was this little red dot.
Yeah.
The cinnamon.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name of it. What
Red
is it?
Hot.
Red Hot. Yeah,
Red Hot,
thank you. I mean, for what it was, for the price it was.
Yeah.
I mean,
but speaking of all this liquor, and this is maybe a funny thing to say as we're tasting bourbon, I have decided that I need to cut back on my consumption of adult beverages. So I have not drank really anything.
let's hand you another one.
Right. Now I have 3 glasses of bourbon here, three snorts. But it's funny. I like Buffalo Trace.
Yeah.
I think it's a little too low. It's not high enough proof for me.
No, it's a. I mean, I think the proof is what? It's 90. Fuck. I gotta take my glasses off. Dude, I'm getting tired of this glasses thing. I got
bifocals.
I do. 45% is 90, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Buffalo Trace is 90.
Yeah. Especially since I'm like hanging out in like I was really comfortable in the 116 range.
I know. No wonder you're like, this is kind of watery.
Yeah. It's not a whole lot of there.
Right.
But yeah, I've decided to cut it back because I can drink a lot. I have a really high tolerance, especially when it comes to beer, and I can pound some beers. And
Seen it firsthand.
Yeah, so, and I just sit here and act completely normal as I'm doing it.
Oh yeah, no. It's not like you're the dude pounding beers, just being belligerent. Like when I've seen it, it's been sitting on a couch watching a hockey game, and the next thing you know, the 12-pack or 18-pack is just done by third period.
Yeah,
and that's it. Like it's like you didn't even notice it happened.
Right.
You're just like, oh shit, I'm out of beer.
Right. Yeah.
What? What do you mean? Like,
you run an 18-pack of 16-ounce screw tops. Like, how are you? But and the issue that I have with it is mainly the calories, the caloric intake of it. And here I am always talking about trying to lose weight and getting up early in the morning to work out and do all this stuff and try to eat not garbage most of the time. And I'm just on the back end completely ruining it by, I'll drink 6 beers while I'm cooking dinner on the grill. And it's like nothing. Like, it's not like, and it's never the point where I think, I need to drink this beer or I won't get through the night with my kids. It's just, hey, I'm cooking on the grill. I'm going to drink beer while I'm doing it. And so to me, it's like, okay, let's take a pause. So then I find this bourbon hobby. I'm like, there's not as much calories in bourbon, but there's still calories in bourbon, and there's still things that, metabolic processes within your body that need to occur that bourbon doesn't help. And despite what all the experts want to say about, oh, well, this drink and that, that there's really no health benefit at all. There's nothing good coming out of drinking. So, I'm not going to say I quit drinking, because I clearly did not, as I have 3 cups of bourbon of varying degrees of strength, taste, and, one is not even a degree of being any good at all.
Well,
but
yeah, technically you have 2 in front of you, and one was for science and didn't make it.
Right.
Yeah.
And the other 2 are for science as well.
Well, yeah, because it's also a palate cleanser to get rid of the rubber band taste that's in your mouth. That was bad.
To kill it with fire.
Yeah, basically.
But, I sit back and I'm like, if I'm going to go and try to do all these things for my health and then sabotage it completely every single night with beer and bourbon, then maybe I should reevaluate that behavior.
Well, yeah, you don't want to be your own worst enemy and do something. It's like you're going to go jog 3 miles, but then eat 2 whole pizzas.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you didn't eat 2 whole pizzas, you didn't have to go for the jog.
Right. You just done nothing.
Right.
And maintained. And here's the thing. You could eat 2 pizzas and jog 6 miles and not even put a dent in the calories that you consumed from. And I used to always sit back and say, oh, your system's more complicated than a simple equation of calories in, calories out. And it is. Calories have different values. However, it's still a unit of energy that's going in, and you're expending a certain amount of unit of energy to do other things. So if you're going to go and put yourself through that torture, if you're going to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to lift weights or to get on the bike or do whatever it is, and then before you go to bed, inhale a pizza or a 6-pack of beer and a couple fingers of bourbon, well, just sleep till a civilized hour and don't do the other thing. Or keep doing the other thing, but don't and get a net benefit out of it.
Yeah, because you've also there are. I understand. Well, I'm trying to think of a way to put this. There is something said for which calorie you put in your body, because different calories do trigger different things inside your body.
100%. If you were to eat, say you were to eat 1,000 calories of chicken breast or any sort of lean protein, be it fish, be it chicken, whatever sort of lean protein you're going to ingest, that's a lot different than putting in 1,000 calories of sugar
or pizza,
or 1,000 calories of pizza,
right?
Or 1,000 calories of alcohol,
right?
Which is essentially sugar. So it's a much different thing that you're putting in, because your body can use protein to build muscle, to do other things, and also, unless it's fried chicken, it's kind of hard to eat 1,000 calories worth of chicken. I hate chicken, so it's really hard for me. I like fried chicken, because who doesn't like fried chicken?
It's fried. But, as we learned from my blood work way back when, the carbs / sugars created a spike in insulin in my body, upward. Now, if my body couldn't control the sugar spike, so I guess it created a glucose spike, which then triggered an insulin spike to control the glucose.
Yes.
Right. So that's why doctors say, some doctors say carbs are bad, whatever. And then you got that guy Vinsanity with Dr. Drew saying, you should eat carbs.
Okay, first of all, Dr. Drew's fucking jacked.
Yeah. But, did he do it with Vinsanity?
He probably did it with TRT.
Probably.
I'm not throwing shade on TRT. I use that. I have that.
I am also.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess, a calorie of protein in the body does something different than a calorie of carbs.
Oh, yeah.
/ sugar. So that's why I do think there's the equation, but I think, let's say, your calorie count was 3,000. That your body needs 3,000 calories per day. If you eat 2,000 calories per day, you should lose a pound a week.
Yeah.
I believe is the formula. or I guess it's 500 pounds less per day than you need. Should be 1 pound per week if you are 500. If you're in a 500 calorie deficit per day.
Yeah.
However, if you're putting 2,000 calories of or 2,500 calories of carbs in your body and creating those insulin spikes, well, high insulin counts makes it hard to lose fat. Mm-hmm. So then there's your insulin resistance issue.
Yes.
So whereas if you were to do 2,500 calories of protein, fat, and something else, you're not going to have that increase in insulin spike because the increase in glucose isn't spiking, and therefore your body's going to have an easier time losing fat. That's the science behind the whole Atkins diet, right? Or the warrior, or not warrior, the protein, keto, carnivore,
whatever's high protein, low. And the thing is, people know about carbs. Well, fiber's a carb, and fiber helps you shit. It makes your shit nicer. So, like, you can eat spinach, that's a carb, but it's handled differently than the other carb. So I think one's a simple, one's complex. And I don't remember the difference and which one's which, but I know there is a difference. And, then it also depends on your time of day. Probably the worst thing to do is to eat a shit ton of carbs before you go to bed, which drinking a couple fingers of bourbon right before bed is ingesting a shit ton of carbs. So, and we record this show in the evening, late evening, after the kids are in bed. So here we are.
It's once every 2 weeks, though. I mean, this isn't the reason, right?
And I think you have to look at it also as, what is your pattern over time? So if you look at a whole week, what did you do the whole week? If you drank bourbon one night of the week, that's not going to throw off your overall trend.
Right.
If you drink bourbon every night of the week, that becomes your trend, and it's going to throw it off. So really, well, I ate good these 3 days. Yeah, but you ate like shit the other 4, and then you drank every night. So what did you think was going to happen? And so my doctor, it kind of had a financial, like, now that there's a dollar sign attached to it, it makes a little difference. So my doctor put me on one of the GLP-1s. I'm going to, she prescribes it, sends it to the pharmacy, so I'm officially pre-diabetic. So thinking, oh, cool, I qualify for this med, insurance will pay for it. Negative. And this, I'll probably go down the rabbit hole of that, or at least on a rant. So they sent it to my pharmacy. The pharmacy calls me back, hey, we got this script. The copay is $1,537. I was like, no, thank you. So then she sends it to another pharmacy that's a compounder, and that one goes to $299 or $199. I forget which one it was.
And that should be about a month and a half worth the medicine.
It worked out to 10 doses until she doubled it, because I was like, I'm not seeing any difference on this. So
you're supposed to start low and increase it.
Yeah.
So I mean, if she increased it, I mean, how many doses did you?
So I started out at 0.25.
Right, but how many doses did you?
So that was 10.
You did 10 doses of that?
No, I did 4.
Okay, so you were due for an increase anyway.
Yeah.
You're supposed to do about 4 and then increase.
Yeah. So I'm like, look, this is a large machine. Let's just freaking start with the high dose.
You can't do that.
So we're at 0.5. And I imagine I'll be at 1 or 1.5 at some point. But the problem is, now it's like, well, that's getting really expensive at that point. Because now we're going from, $199 for 10 doses at 0.5, doubling it. Now that's going to be 5, and we're going to double that. That's going to be, so I don't know if I can afford $400 a month for this shit.
Well, but the idea is, though, that you're losing the weight, and there's a finite timeline on this.
Yeah.
Where you don't have to take it anymore.
Yeah.
And then hope the weight doesn't come back.
Mm. And I think that depends on a lot of my own habits. I have noticed that I don't. So there's my wife always asks me, what's for dinner? Because I'm the one that cooks. So she's like, and I think about it all day, like, because then I'm starting to get hungry, and I'm like, oh, I want this or I want that. She asks me, what's for dinner? I was like, I don't know. What do you want? Can you do chicken, whatever? And prior to this, I'd be like, chicken. Ugh. I'd rather eat nothing. But I'd eat it because it was, now I'm like, I'll make you chicken, and then I'll eat nothing. Because I don't feel the need to eat dinner just because it's dinner time. Like it's kind of helping with that. So I have noticed that difference. I haven't really noticed a whole bunch of nausea.
Do you know which one you're on?
I was prescribed Wegovy.
So it's semaglutide.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they compounded the same thing.
Sure. So that was the one I used initially, which, bonus fact, I might have some for you upstairs if it isn't expired.
And the expiration date is more of a suggestion.
Sure. Just shake it up. Yeah. It's like Pepto-Bismol. Yeah. Shake it, you drink it, you're fine. That was the one that got me super nauseous on it. So that's why I was wondering if you had the nausea. Now, my doctor, the one who prescribed me the semaglutide, has now told me he keeps asking me to go on tirzepatide, which is Mounjaro.
Right. I think there's Zepbound is another one.
Yeah. Well, so Mounjaro is the name brand. Tirzepatide is the generic. Which is like Wegovy is the name brand. Semaglutide is the generic. And there's one other one I can't think of what it is. He told me Mounjaro is more better tolerated. So we're doing some blood work. He did say that I should contact the insurance company to see if it's covered, and not necessarily for weight loss. He said, see if it's covered for insulin resistance. Mm-hmm. Because I went and did that glucose fasting test that showed that there's insulin resistance.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure, like, your doctor did it under the auspices of pre-diabetes, right?
Yeah.
Well, we tried that too. Didn't work. Mm-hmm. So he said this time try it as insulin resistance instead.
And I'm going to have to tell you that because and this will get me into my little rant. So I'm pre-diabetic. So the check engine light's on. Engine's still running, but the check engine light's on. And maybe the oil light's on. So if you use car logic, you say, oh, the car needs oil. Let me put some oil into it. And that'll preserve my engine for a longer period of time, right?
Yep.
So a quart of oil will, or better yet, an oil change. Go to Jiffy Lube, if that's where you want to go, or wherever else, or anywhere else.
Anywhere else.
And change the oil, change the filter, extend the life of your engine. Make the minor repair now so you don't grenade your engine. But if you use insurance company logic, like, oh no, your engine's not dead yet, so we're not going to pay for the oil change. If you want the oil change, that's going to cost you $1,100. You have to wait until the engine dies, and then we'll replace the engine. Tell me, and that's the same thing with me with this pre-diabetes, is I'm on the cusp, right? Like, I'm on the threshold. I'm driving the football in at its freaking first and goal on the 1 yard line. I got 4. I'm scoring. Okay. So rather than just saying, hey, let's stop this before it becomes diabetes. No, let's let it become full-blown diabetes first. Let's let the engine blow up, then we'll replace the engine for free. It makes zero sense to me. Now, I'm sure somewhere in their voodoo math and their kickbacks and all this other shit that applies to it, that they make more money off of it somehow later.
They do. When you score that touchdown and become full-blown diabetic, now they can sell you the glucose monitor. Mm-hmm. They can sell you the insulin injections.
Yeah.
Like now you're becoming a cash cow.
Yeah.
And they're still going to control your diabetes.
Right.
But they're going to get that extra cash out of you.
Yeah.
And the insurance company's going to pay for it. And the pharmaceutical company's going to get the money.
And the PBMs.
And the PBMs
Fuck
and everybody else. By the way. Bro, I swear to God, like, I don't understand how all of it's legal. I'm sorry. Like, so for those that don't know what a PBM is, it's called a pharmacy benefit manager. They're the ones, so basically you've got your insurance company that says what you're approved for medically. You need a surgery, your insurance company says whether you're eligible or not for it. Well, if you need a drug, the pharmacy benefit manager is the one that says whether you're eligible, whether it's covered for you. Well, it just so happens that the pharmacy benefit manager probably owns your pharmacy. So, for example, CVS Caremark is a pharmacy benefit manager. They own CVS.
Yep.
How is that okay?
Yeah.
Never mind the fact that CVS Caremark is probably in bed with Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield. Well, because I know that Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield uses CVS Caremark as a pharmacy benefit manager. Well, it just so happens that they require that you go to CVS for any of your maintenance drugs. Mm-hmm. Not one-offs. You can get an antibiotic from the local pharmacy.
Right.
You can get, the kids have the kids need amoxicillin. You can go. That's fine. You can go there. Or you need a one-off drug for some pain. Like you get a high dose of naproxen. That's right. You can go to the local pharmacy. But if you need sertraline, you need some Zoloft, you need some Mounjaro, you need some atorvastatin. You need those drugs that you need to take every single day. Well, no, those are maintenance drugs. You have to go to CVS for those.
Yeah.
Like whatever the drugs they know you have to buy month in and month out, you are going to buy it from their pharmacy.
Right.
So CVS Caremark is my pharmacy benefit manager. Mm-hmm. I have to go to CVS for those drugs.
Like
they want to approve them somewhere else.
My insurance is Express Scripts, and
they own Walgreens.
Yeah, and Express Scripts sends me a email every time I get my regular prescriptions refilled. Tell me how much money I can save. And the thing is, I can save a lot of money. Now, I like the local pharmacy much better.
Yeah.
However, my my blood pressure meds are essentially free.
Yeah.
From them. I get a 90-day supply. I don't have to go to the local pharmacy every day. As much as I love the ladies there, and a lot of them are easy on the eyes too. But the pocketbook, the wallet speaks louder than the other one. So I go through them for my my regular maintenance type meds that I get, and it saved me a ton of money. So,
well, and the weird thing, with all these low copays, like $5 for this drug, $5 for that one, $2, $2.50, you're getting some for $0. Mm-hmm. Who's paying who? Like, who's making the money?
Yeah,
in that, it's not coming from you.
Yeah,
although maybe it is because you're paying into that insurance premium.
Yeah,
so maybe they're taking that part of the insurance premium and they're paying it to the drug company.
Well, maybe they have a deal with them. You're our pharmacy benefit manager, so we're going to pay you X percentage of their prescription drug, maybe your entire prescription drug premium, because you have your regular health insurance and you have your prescription card.
Right.
Maybe that entire amount of money goes to them, whether you have any prescriptions or not.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, and keep in mind, even though you might only pay $180 a paycheck to your employer for your benefits,
they're paying a lot more.
Well, yeah, that total premium for a family of four is like $20-something thousand.
Oh yeah.
So essentially, the companies are paying the insurance companies, and the insurance companies are then divvying it out to all their buddies and saying, "Okay, we got this $20,000." And every once in a while, yeah, they got to pay out. They got to, because you got to get a new heart or something like that.
Yeah.
If they approve it,
right?
But essentially, you're paying for a young family of four. You're not using $20,000 to $25,000 in your health insurance premium, so they get to take that money and they get to divvy it up amongst the pharmacy benefit manager, the pharmacy, then the insurance company, and they trickle a little bit to the hospitals. Now, the hospitals are becoming bigger players in this because they wised up. So that's why you have these big hospital groups. Mm-hmm. And a lot of them are tied into universities.
Yeah.
Who also have big pocketbooks. Mm-hmm. And now all these people are fighting over your $20,000.
Yeah.
And they're just divvying up your 20. Mm-hmm. But now take $20,000, multiply it by, and it's billions upon billions of dollars, right? Yeah. And a lot of it's coming from
multiply
employers.
It by the federal government.
Right.
The biggest organization that's ever existed in the history of mankind.
Right.
and all of those employees that are, all those families that are covered. So, you see where the money gets real big.
Yeah, and these companies, they're the ones paying a majority of it. You think you're only paying a little bit for this health coverage?
Yeah. My job actually sends us a thing that says your total compensation, including your benefits. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. Right. You're like, where's this extra $40,000?
Yeah.
Oh, it's my health benefits.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I definitely didn't use $40,000 of additional health benefits.
And when you think about it, like a little kid, like when they're first born, when they're a baby, that costs some money. Then they have all their little well visits and shit like that. That's not too expensive. Then they kind of get like just the ideal customer for them.
Well, then you got your generic vaccines, maybe that 3 cents they just pumped into your kid.
Yeah.
Or and then the checkup visit.
Yep.
The doctor's only seeing like $35 from it. You ever look at one of those explanation of benefit?
Oh yeah, where they break it all down.
Yeah, they break it down.
Yeah.
Like total charge $1,120 for your annual visit.
Oh yeah.
Insurance discount minus $1,105.
Yeah.
Total due $5. Yeah. You negotiate, like that's the best negotiation ever.
Yeah, exactly.
That doctor's dumb as hell.
It was negotiation by gunpoint.
Yeah.
Essentially is what it was.
That's what it was, because if the doctor doesn't take the insurance, they know most people can't pay out of pocket.
Yeah. And then if you think about it, for kids, they get to a certain point where they're relatively healthy. Nothing's medically is statistically going to happen to them. The way they're going to die is car accidents. So then their medical insurance is getting all this money and not have to pay out shit. But their most likely cause of death is by doing something stupid in a car or in an airplane or trying to race a train.
You went real morbid.
Yeah, no, but
you went straight to death.
I should be an actuary.
How about a broken arm, man?
Yeah,
come on. But you just went right to death.
But so say, how do kids get injured playing sports? Right.
Sure. A
lot of the sports you play come with a certain amount of insurance company for injuries sustained during the sport, like USA Hockey. There's when I played hockey, you had to join USA Hockey. So it was a USA Hockey membership. With that membership came a policy that would cover you if you were hurt playing the game. So the USA Hockey policy would come in. So the insurance, USA Hockey's got it. If you not say get killed in a car accident,
they never paid. And they never paid a fucking dime.
Right.
Those sports policies don't pay.
Yeah. So say you get killed not killed, but you get in a car accident when you're 18 years old trying to race a train, right? Or an airplane, as it was in my case.
Sure.
We didn't hit anything, no accidents. However, and then you get injured. Car insurance pays for that. Medical insurance doesn't cover like that. Your car insurance. You get a little bit older and you're working a job. You say you're in the military, or say now they have their own medical coverage, but say you become a coal miner. Workman's comp covers that, not your medical insurance. So they kind of get out of the game for like 30 years of your life,
right? Until
you get old and start having some medical shit. And you might go get a cold. A woman might have a baby, sort of things like that. But there's a one-off. There's not the chronic long term. We're starting to round that quarter into like, oh yeah, I need my diabetes medicine. I need my heart medicine. I need my statins. I need my this.
I got to take prostate medicine. I'm gonna shrink. I kind of have to shrink my prostate.
Yeah.
Here's your colonoscopy. That's just free money.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
but yeah, it's kind of a. And when I look back and say, if you were to just give me that so I'd lose weight quickly and avoid diabetes altogether, how much money will be saved long term? But then I might live longer. Then they might have to cover me for something else. When the diabetes would have compounded everything and killed me sooner.
I mean, Wilford Brimley lasted a long time.
And he was the beatus.
Diabetes.
You have diabetes.
I don't understand how you're the face of the disease and can't pronounce the name.
Yeah.
Didn't anyone tell him?
There was this video that came out. It was like some rap song. It was just him saying beatus. So you have diabetes. And he was such a grouch.
Just beat us.
But he was such a grouch because he'd be like, it'd always be like, do you have goddamn diabetes? Like, but, God bless him. Yeah.
So you've been on it a month.
Yeah.
Do you know the weight you started off when
I
you
gained
went
4 pounds since I started it. So, now I came off of phentermine.
Okay.
Because I got to a I've been on phentermine. I've used it a couple times, and usually I would go down, and then I went and I just stopped. I plateaued. No matter what, I just stuck there, and I've gained 4 pounds since then. So it could be because I stopped with that, and it could go up more because I'm not eating as much on the.
Right.
Even on a low dose.
At some point, it's got to be, you've got to get the caloric deficit has to work at some point.
At some point. And here's the thing. I'm going to push alcohol aside, right? Just eating nutrition. I don't drink sodas unless I go out to eat. That's the only time I drink a soda is if I go out to eat. I don't buy it.
Right.
I don't bring
it
in
the house.
Yeah. It's not in the house. Of any sort. Diet, because I've heard the diet stuff also triggers an insulin response.
Well, because it's got aspartame.
Yeah. So I don't mess with it. I drink water. I drink coffee during the day. Not, in the morning I drink coffee. I put some half and half in there. Okay.
That's what I do.
Kill me.
Coffee with half and half. I don't do sugar in it.
Yeah. No sugar. I don't. Every now and then I'll slide through Dunks and I'll get medium hot cream and sugar.
Oh, when I go through, I tell them cream, no sugar.
Okay.
Because they put too much in it.
Yeah.
So now if I get one with sugar and I don't tell them no, dude, it tastes nasty.
So I got one today and my teeth hurt.
Yeah.
I didn't finish it. I poured it out.
It's nasty. That's a challenge for anyone out there who's used to having sugar in their coffee. Go a week with just cream, no sugar. Just try it for a week. I can guarantee you by day 3, you're going to like it. And by the following Monday, if you try that one with sugar, it's going to taste nasty to you.
Yeah.
That's just a challenge to everyone out there who drinks coffee, puts sugar in their coffee. Cream, no. I used half and half, so half and half, no sugar. Just try it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like going to Wawa because Wawa has light cream. So light cream is between half and half and heavy cream. So I don't use as much light cream as I do half and half.
What is half and half? I use it. I have no idea what it is.
It's half milk, half cream.
Okay, so it's like an even lighter version of light cream.
Yes.
Okay.
But I said light cream was like diet cream. It's light, right?
I'm literally putting 2 tablespoons in. I don't think it's making that big of a difference.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Whether it's high test or low test.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So now, every now and then I'll have half and half, or no, I'll have heavy cream for a recipe.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, put that in the coffee.
Is light cream just like watered down cream? Could you just add water to it and just be like, cool, it's light cream?
I guess. I think it's more just the ratio of cream to milk.
Oh, okay.
So where half and half is half and half, maybe light cream is 75-25 and heavy cream is just... Now, there's one above heavy cream, which is milk fat. So if you get non-pasteurized milk, you'll have the milk fat, the cream, and then as it goes down, then because homogenized milk, it's all... In Europe, you can actually get non-homogenized milk. It's pasteurized, but not homogenized. Homogenized milk, it's all mixed in together.
Okay.
So, but when my mom and dad lived in Belgium, that was a treat. Because you just pour it off the top, and you're just getting nothing but like cream and maybe a little milk fat, and delicious. But you had to use a very small amount. So, but I'm not giving up my half and half.
No, it's not worth it.
And fat-free half and half is bullshit. The first ingredient, skim milk. The second ingredient is corn syrup cream. Whatever the hell that is. It doesn't even sound remotely appetizing. So, yeah, I just get regular. I don't like it with milk. I want half and half. So, or I'll drink it black. I can drink it black. Yeah. The problem with black is it stays hot for so long. Yeah. And I'm impatient. I want it now. And I don't drink coffee for myself. I drink it for other people.
Sure.
So
I don't like it hot. Like That's gonna sound stupid, but I don't like drinking super hot coffee. Like, I'm not there to burn my face.
No, I let it cool off for a minute.
So like but here's the thing: if I put it in like a Yeti 20 ounce, it takes forever to cool down. It keeps it warm.
You got to open the top.
I do. I mean, it cools down eventually, but it takes a while. It takes like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm ready to party. Let's drink. I want to drink this.
I didn't buy this to hold it.
Right. I'm thirsty. It's like,
well, it's funny. So I'll go through the drive-through and I'll order medium coffee. I'm like, hot coffee? It's 900 degrees outside. I'm like, did I stutter? Yeah, hot coffee.
I would ask too. Yeah. I would ask too. You want iced coffee? No. Yeah. I want hot.
Yeah.
But can we talk about the iced coffee for a minute?
So I was just about to get into that.
Okay.
So a girl used to work for me. She'd come in every morning holding this freaking Starbucks concoction. I was like, what is that? Her coffee order needs punctuation. There's so much stuff in there.
Oh, no.
So I was like, and then she was always, oh, I'm doing this diet, I'm doing that. Real pretty girl, always in shape, but she always, wanted to lose those last 5 pounds.
Sure.
No one's going to notice you look great. Don't worry about it. However.
Can't say that.
No.
Nope. Not in the workplace.
Nope. Not at all.
Nope.
So she comes, I was like, so you just ate, you ate nothing but spinach and a couple berries and like a minuscule piece of disgusting chicken breast for lunch. Prior to that, you just drank that milkshake from Starbucks.
There's 1,000 calories right there to drink.
So if you do the caloric break, you can eat like 16 donuts. I'd rather eat 16 donuts than drink that thing.
So my coffee with the 2 tablespoons of half and half, which is more than you think it is I believe it comes out to like 60 calories. Mm-hmm. And I don't even think it's that much. I think I'm overestimating just because that's what I overestimate. But going back, with the iced coffee, would it kill Dunkin' Donuts to maybe put half the amount of ice in? Like, is it really killing your bottom line to pour in the extra 3 ounces of coffee, which costs a penny?
Yeah.
Like, for fucking real. Are we kidding?
DD keeps raising their prices. So
yeah, I'm paying what, 5.5?
When I first started drinking coffee from Dunkin' Donuts, a large coffee. No, I always get a medium. The large, it's just too big. It was $1.90. Now it's like $2.85. It's gone up $1 in 20 years.
Dude, the iced coffee is more expensive. It's got less coffee in it.
Yeah,
that large 40-ounce cup.
Yeah,
there's probably like 20 ounces of coffee in it.
Yeah,
because they fill it to the top with ice. Mm-hmm. I said I wanted iced coffee. I still want coffee.
Yeah,
I don't want mostly ice.
Right. And sugar.
Well, but of course, I don't put the sugar. I don't. Yeah. I do. But by the time I get out of the parking lot, it's almost gone.
Yeah.
Because there were 7 sips in it.
Yeah. Now, what is worth it is a Vietnamese coffee.
Never heard of it.
Oh, you get the iced.
What's in it?
They put condensed milk in it. So you get the iced Vietnamese coffee with condensed milk.
We're going down a bunch of different rabbit holes here because my next question is, what is condensed milk?
It's got a lot of sugar in it because it's like milk that's like.
I mean, I get it. It's condensed milk.
Yeah.
But how do you condense milk?
I don't know.
Is there a machine for that?
I'm sure.
I mean, there's a machine for everything.
I don't care. But it's a Vietnamese espresso with condensed milk. There's so much caffeine in it, like your heart will hurt.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's worth it.
Sounds interesting.
like cokeheads are like, ooh, you hardcore. So
speaking of cokeheads followed us down that rabbit hole.
Yeah,
because I had to ask what each ingredient was as we went down.
Yeah,
like, what is this? What? Like, every time you hit like a new ingredient, it was like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
like Vietnamese coffee, never heard of it. Condensed milk, also don't know.
Yeah, so if you ever go to get pho at like Pho Saigon, or the best ones are just
you pretentious dick.
I like to
pho.
No, it's pho.
We live in America. It's right. PHO.
I think
that's pho.
I think pho's better. But you go like
sorry,
Pho 88, faux 79. It just has a number. Like it was issued by the commissar in Ho Chi Minh City.
Ho Chi Minh himself gave out the numbers.
You're the 79th faux place. Those are the best ones. The ones that are all fancy. You want to go in. Like the place was a pizza place way back in the day, and then that went out of business because the kids didn't want to take over the business, so they moved in and they changed nothing. Everything is still set up like the pizza place, except they have the Buddha, and they're mean. And the meaner they are to you, the better the food is.
So, all right, good question. Any Asian food? By the way, if you're triggered by racist things, tune out right now. I'm going full racist. I guess by the way, your face right there was, please God, no. If you go into any Asian restaurant, I don't care if it's pho, I don't care if it's Chinese, Japanese, I don't care what it is. If there is an American looking, not American, okay, a person of non-Asian ethnicity working there, will you eat there?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no, if it's not all Asian people that work there, I'm out.
Oh, there's a spot in Annapolis in that Riva festival. I forget what it's called.
Okay, I know where you're at. Yeah.
And they got like a Spanish girl that brings you to the hostess, I guess. Really good food.
Ooh.
Yeah.
At the hostess table?
She's the one who greets you, and then
no, they don't trust anyone with that hostess table.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Good spot.
No.
And then the place I get my delivery from, their driver is like a straight up Glen Bernier. Actually, they're not even Glen Burnie. They're Glen Burnie.
That's straight up Glen Burnie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like where Route 3 and Route 2 come together. That's where that dude's from. Does
the driver count though? It's probably like the third cousin. It's not immediate family.
Still works there.
Does he work for DoorDash?
No, he works for them.
Oh, for them.
Because my wife's actually gone in there, and he was there, hanging out.
So the outcast son-in-law got a job at the family restaurant?
Good. It's not so. Annapolis does not have very good Chinese food.
I get it from one place, and the one I go to is where Aris T. Allen meets up with Chinkapin. There's that little plaza right there.
Because there used to be a spot there that was a Howard Johnson at one point, next to the Zips.
So right at Aris T. Allen, as it's ending.
At Forest Drive?
Yep, and you take a left on Chinkapin.
Okay.
And there's that. You can take that another immediate left onto that Forest
like
Drive.
Old Forest Drive.
Yeah.
There's a Dunks in there too, right?
There used to be, but there's a plaza. There's a plaza there.
There's like a Mercado Latino.
Yeah,
there?
now there's the La Tienda is there, but there's an Asian place.
Oh, that's good.
And they'll you can DoorDash that place, or I'm sorry, you can Grubhub that place.
Grubhub and DoorDash.
And I agree. Like most times, I'll go get it, right?
Yeah.
But
that's why I go to this place in Serena Park, because they deliver
the Kung Pao chicken. I get it with no peanuts though. I don't like peanuts in my Kung Pao.
I like peanuts.
I like peanuts. I'm not allergic.
I prefer Kung Pao beef.
But see, I don't like the peanuts in my Kung Pao chicken. But they dice up the celery and the carrots. Mm-hmm. And they dice the chicken up. So it's not like the long flash shit. It's diced. It's like these cubes.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
But no peanuts for me. I don't do the peanuts in it. By the way, I think when I said that it was time to be racist, I think you were like, "Oh, when?"
Yeah, I didn't hear anything racist.
When did we start racist hour?
Right.
But, well, I mean, because I was going to, I was saying my Asian place needs to have Asian people of Asian ethnicity working there.
So it was more racist towards white people, or non-Asians.
Well, maybe, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, but hey, it's okay to hate on the whites right now, right?
Yeah.
We can self-hate.
I think it's called being apologetic, and taking responsibility for your.
Does it make me an ally?
You're an ally now.
Am I?
Yeah.
To the Asian ethnicities?
I think so.
Ooh. Look at me. I'm super liberal now.
Your hair's turning blue.
I didn't even. Well, it kind of is. By the way, so okay, my wife got a little jab on me the other day. So I was doing the happy circles on the ball fields, as you know.
Yeah.
And so I put the tractor away and everything, whatever. And then I'm going to the car, and wife and I were going to talk about dinner. And she looks at me and goes, "You must have dirt in your hair because your hair hasn't been brown in forever." I'm like, wow, just a little jab there.
Jab,
Like,
throwing shots.
yeah. But the funny, so then we went to Chick-fil-A, of course, and I went into the bathroom just to kind of wash up, and I was like, wow, that is pretty brown.
Yeah.
Like, my hair has not been that color.
Baseball field dust is a special type of thing.
It's like hair dye.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. Free hair dye.
It's just like it covers every surface in our house. Because the kids come in, and I tell them every time, take your cleats off. Please, for the love of God, take your cleats off on the porch and carry them in and put them on the back porch, on the screening porch, in the deck box where all the baseball stuff goes, so that I don't have to hear about it. And the boys don't get it. And I'm like, guys, don't you get it? Like, you get yelled at for the same stuff all the time. They're not getting yelled at by me.
Right.
Right? They're getting yelled at by somebody else.
Yeah.
Who shall remain nameless.
Who should not be named.
Right? And I'm like, guys, don't you understand? I pretty much don't give a shit. Okay? Like, whatever.
I'm wearing the same underwear for 3 days straight. I don't care.
Yeah. Turn it inside out.
Right.
Get another day out of it. Like, I'm not the guy, right? However, you awaken the beast. Because, not directly, you do it by proxy because you piss your mother off, and then she starts yelling at you, and I have to join in just to show that a unified front. When it could be just the bros chilling.
Right.
If you did some very small, simple, easy to do things. Now, should I be on top of them? Sure. But I come and I have other things to do.
But see, by having that conversation with them, you're preparing them for their future wives.
Yes. Yeah. They're going to sit back and be like, all of a sudden, they'll be like, holy shit.
he was mind fucking us the whole time. He was teaching me life lessons I didn't even know.
I didn't even listen. He was prepping us for this moment.
He was prepping me so I wouldn't get yelled at by a she who should not be named. Now that I've got my own.
I'm like, just help me. Like the old line from was it Jerry Maguire? Help me, help you. Like, help me, help you.
It only gets worse for them, though, if what they're doing only gets you yelled at.
Right. What am I getting yelled at for stuff they did?
Because you're not on top of them enough. You're not yelling. You don't. Why am I yelling when yelling at them?
But then I get yelled at when I yell at them. Don't yell at them. Right. What do you want me to beat them?
She wants to be the nice. She wants to be the nice parent.
Right.
Every once in a while. So if you yell at them,
but to be the nice parent, you have to let certain things slide. Like you just have to.
But I don't think that can happen.
No.
So if you yell at them, she can yell at you for yelling at them. Then she gets to be the cool parent because she yelled at you while you were yelling at them.
Right.
Yeah.
Even though I'm only yelling at them to avoid being yelled at myself by her.
Correct. Which is not working because you're still getting yelled at.
I should just do nothing.
Well,
I'm going to get yelled at either way.
That is a
and let them fend for themselves.
That is a strategic move.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's recommending that, but
pretty sure no one's recommending that one.
As the kids say, do you?
Yeah.
Report back on how that works. Because I'm not trying that.
I'll never forget. She made me take. The oldest one was I think the middle one was around, but the oldest one was still really little. And she said, "Can you take him to the doctor?" I was like, "Yeah, I don't know anything about going to the doctor. Like that falls squarely in your AOR, right? Your area of responsibilities."
You said that out loud?
Not in so many words.
Oh.
And she said, "Look, he can't. You can't take him to the batting cages and to watch airplanes fly around and go on bike rides. And when he hangs out with me, only we go to the doctor's office and get shots. We have to spread this around." I was like, "Oh, you're right."
Yeah, right. Meanwhile, though, you take him to the doctor. He ends up with like 6 stickers and 3 lollipops because you said it was okay. So he thinks it's a freaking amazing place.
He's covered in stickers, lollipops stuck in his hair. Right. We stop for ice cream on the way back.
Right. He comes home, Mommy, the doctor's awesome. And she's looking at you like, you son of a bitch.
How much ice cream do you want? A lot? Me too. And give him one more.
And yet you get yelled at again. God forbid you do that. Yeah. But so 2 more things. One, the last thing about the baseball field diamonds or the circles, the last thing that I can't stand is I end up blowing dirt out of my nose for a week.
Oh, yeah.
It gets stuck in there.
Yeah.
I can feel it right now. I can feel it. I want to stick my finger in there, but then I would poke my brain and it would hurt. But it's in there and it needs to come out of my nose. Okay. Second point. Going back to weight loss as we try and wrap this up. Do you want to give a number? I'll give one. I'm gonna give it.
Well, I have to.
No, yeah. I mean, notice how I did that. So
Yeah.
make it so you had to. All right, I'll go first. All right. So I am at 320. So initially I started 350, got down to 303. I'm now back up to 320.
Okay.
That's where I've settled.
So I'm at 100 pounds plus, so 420.
Okay.
However, I started at 450.
Right.
Went down to like 401.
So I thought you went 398.
Oh, 398, yeah.
Okay.
I broke 4.
Yeah.
And then I went back to 420.
I remember that 398 day.
That was nice. I was feeling good.
You sent me that text, man. I don't know if I was more jacked up than you were.
Yeah.
I was pretty jacked up.
So now I need to get back there. And the thing is, I know what I was doing. I was being consistent with nutrition mainly. And I exercise because it makes me feel better. It has nothing to, like, at this point, it's all nutrition. Exercise to move to feel better, but, like, you can't outwork that. So, but that's my number. I got one more thing after your one more thing, and then I'm done.
I think that's my last thing.
So, completely unrelated. Mm-hmm. I was going to ask you if you had room on your couch for something I might do. Room on your couch for me to sleep after I get kicked out of my house. So,
wait, are you doing it right? Are you doing the thing to get you on the couch right now?
I haven't done it yet.
Okay, all right. I didn't know if you were. Like,
if I do it,
would speaking in the microphone get you on the couch?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, go ahead then.
If I do it,
yeah.
I might need to crash on.
I got a bed up. You can go in an actual bed.
Oh, okay.
Upstairs.
I'm not even that because this thing is so cool. I think it's worth it.
Oh,
Facebook Marketplace.
Okay.
So the algorithm kind of looked at what I was looking at, and I was spending more time there. Now, I think you can, and I might be freaking behind the times here, but if you're advertising something on Facebook Marketplace, you can pay to have that thing promoted.
Yes.
So, Facebook Marketplace is now seeing that the algorithm is recognizing I spend a lot of time there looking at boats.
Okay.
And cars from a site called Underappreciated Survivors of the 70s, 80s, and 90s. It's all about cars, right? So they'll show like a Dodge Omni or something like that, and someone will post something that's for sale on Marketplace, so I go look at it.
It's a long website name.
Yeah. Well, it's a Facebook page. So I go to it. Guess what pops up on my feed from the algorithm?
Boat.
No. Well, there are plenty of them. I would get in less trouble buying a boat, financing a boat, than I would for this thing that I want to get.
IROC.
No.
How many more?
Not as cool. A 1996 Lincoln Mark 8.
Oh.
For $4,200.
Oh.
It's got 55,000 miles on it.
What's the inside like?
Beautiful.
Is that the 2-door or the 4-door?
2. The Continental was the 4.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, ooh.
That's the rear wheel drive, isn't it?
Yes. I need this.
Does it have the wood steering wheel?
No, it's leather.
Okay.
It's like a tan,
it's
like
not
a light
breaker.
tan leather.
Not a deal breaker.
And I'm like, I need this thing. That's a Cars and Coffee car in a couple years.
Let me ask you something. What if you sold the Fusion?
She drives a Fusion. I'm not letting her drive this car.
Why not? It might get it in the driveway.
She's not going to think it's nearly as cool as me. She's going to be like, that's a 1996 car. Historic tags. No more emissions.
That was a beautiful car.
Oh, especially that last year, that last generation. Yes. I think I need to do it.
No, don't. I just went from 6 to midnight, so you know, don't mind me for a minute while I'm thinking about it. The lines in that car were so nice.
Yeah.
Back when I was never a big fan of coupes. But those big coupes back then had a usable back seat. Mm-hmm. Like people could sit back there. It was a pain in the ass to kind of get back there, but once you were back there, you were comfortable because the seats were like a freaking.
It wasn't a Camaro
couch.
back seat.
The seats were like a couch. Yeah. It was soft. Mm-hmm. You were chill. You were luxury back there.
Yep.
Dashboard had some nice lights on it. Although you remember what was the Buick? There was a Buick version of something. I think it was the old Buick Regal, but I gotta look. I don't want to misspeak on which car I'm thinking about. But anyway,
Riviera.
Yes. Jesus, that was
those ribs were nice. Oh. The Oldsmobile was the Aurora, and it was 4 doors.
Yeah, no, it was yes, the Riviera is the right one. Man, that was a nice car. The interior, I don't know what about the interior was, but you sat in it. So just so many dash lights. It lit you up at night.
And then the drivers, everything was turned towards the driver.
Yes.
So like the radio, everything was turned towards the driver. But it was swoopy. It was flowed. It wasn't like the old Cadillac Alante, which was kind of angular towards the driver. This was swooped. There's a big swoop, and it came down.
My uncle had one.
Oh, such a nice.
That's the car I remember that he had. Oh, God. We have to have another car episode.
Yeah. This thing.
Ooh. Oh. All right.
But you bought an old car.
I did.
However, your old car has some utility to it. This thing has absolutely zero purpose in our life, except I like it.
Show idea. We get 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. You have to go on Facebook Marketplace and find 3 cars that you want to buy that are $4,000 and under.
Okay.
Have to be mint.
Make it 5 so I can fit my Mark 8 in there. Okay. Because it's 4,200.
Now you got a head start. All right. So $5,000, 3 cars. Age limit?
No age limit.
Or do we want to go like can't be younger than? Like we want to say like got to be 2007 and earlier?
Well, I mean, that's kind of where you're going.
I guess so. I guess the price determines. All right, never mind. Price is already on.
Yeah.
No salvage, no rebuild title.
Right.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be all original, but it can't be a salvage title.
It's got to be clean.
Yeah.
Modifications are fine?
Yeah, but who wants those?
I don't know. It depends on the modification.
A lot of times the mods drop the price.
True.
So if you found a clean, go and find a clean Eclipse. Clean title, no mods. First of all, you're not finding it for less than $5,000. You're not finding that. Say a '98 Eclipse, no mods, no salvage title. You're looking at that's probably 15 easy.
By the way, legit street cars on YouTube. He just redid one. Mm-hmm. In case people were looking for, want to see one. So
certain mods are permissible. So like aftermarket head unit, okay.
Yeah.
Because the stereo from that vintage sucked. If it's bolt-on stuff, like say some dipshit put new wheels on it, that gets easily replaced.
How about modified but has to look original?
Yeah, or easily returned back. Like say some dipshit.
So it should be a new engine.
Right.
No, be modified.
Right. No turbos. No freaking Lambo doors. None of that dumb shit.
Right.
Like
I got you. Rims are okay though, right?
Yeah, because you can just put new rims on it.
Okay. All right.
Or old rims.
So under 5,000 is the price. Have to pick 3.
Yeah.
What happens if they delete the posting though? We can't show it.
Just a screenshot will do.
All right. Any other rules? Does it have to be Facebook Marketplace? Should we say? Can we say Craigslist too?
Yeah, I branch out.
Okay.
Even though everything's marketplace now.
True. Okay. So we can go anywhere. We can go anywhere. All right.
You bring a trailer.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
5,000 and under. Mm-hmm. Has to be stock for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Stock or easily returned to. Like you can return it to stock in your driveway with minimal tools.
Has to be mint-ish on the inside.
Yeah.
You can't buy it for like $4,900 and it needs like $1,000 worth of interior work.
Right. Flood damage.
Yeah. You can't. Okay.
Or a dog, like a pack of hyenas lived in it.
Got it.
I'll take the torn seats on a Suburban because that just.
Why? I got a 2004 out there. It doesn't have torn seats. You tell me you can't.
That's a unicorn.
Speaking of which, I'm going to try and. I still have that hesitation thing. I think I'm calling in another mechanic. I'm gonna change the.
We need cameras because the look I just gave you.
Right.
It's 20 years old. Give it a break.
Right. I'm daily driving it, and the look you're giving me is like
you're daily driving a 20-year-old truck that you're into for short money, and you're like, I'm gonna put more money in it. Yeah, that doesn't need to go into it.
Because if this makes it so it runs perfect, I might never get rid of it.
You should never get rid of it, ever.
Yeah. I mean, this one thing is what's keeping me from driving it more than an hour away, though. So if it doesn't have this problem anymore, who knows where I'm going with it? I mean, shoot. I might take it to Virginia in October. I was probably going to do that anyway. Yeah. But all the way get myself down there. I think I'm going to do coil packs and see if that fixes it. And if not, then I got to get... The problem with the coil packs is there's two different coil packs that went on this car. And I got to take off the beauty plates on top of it to see which ones I have.
That's not hard to do.
It isn't. I'm just lazy.
Oh,
well. This next week, hopefully, like later on this week, I'll get up there.
The weather should be nice.
It should only be 2 bolts.
Yeah.
That hold it on. Back then, it wasn't snaps. They actually used bolts.
It went in, but it wasn't like one of the bolts that held the head on also held that on.
No. There's got to be a fix for this. There's got to be.
Yeah.
Now I might have to put a new transmission in it, but we'll see. If I got to put a transmission in it for like $2,000, $2,500, I'm still not into it for a ton of money.
No.
And when I say I love driving this thing, it's so comfortable.
No, I've ridden it. It's nice. I've driven them. It's one of the best riding vehicles ever made. In fact, when my Sienna dies, which it won't, that's going to outlive me because it's a Sienna. Yeah. But that's what I'm buying. I'm buying a GMT 800 Suburban.
That was I would trade it for a Suburban or a Yukon XL.
Yeah.
I would trade it for that.
Yeah.
That's all though. Right.
What if it had the hesitation?
If the new one had the hesitation?
Yeah.
I mean, even swap that at that point. Yeah. Swap one hesitation for another.
Right.
If the interiors were the same, I mean, trying to find leather interior that's in that good a shape on one of those is tough.
Yeah. You got the unicorn.
Yeah.
That you're complaining about.
I don't want the you know.
You've got Sofia Vergara out there, but she stutters every now and then. Like, "Duh, you're not perfect."
Never
thought of it. Dime piece. Oh, so she's a 9.5. Like, fuck you.
It's got other things. Like I do have to repaint the door, the rear doors. I'm down to bare metal. I don't know if you know. Like it flaked off. Like the white flaked off.
Well, that saves you having to sand it.
Well, I still got to sand it a little bit. I got to do it right.
Yeah.
The roof paint job I did, perfect.
Yeah.
Still did that with cans.
Shaker cans,
rattlers, and the gun. That gun thing that you can put on the rattler cans is amazing. You can literally just take it. It works like a gun then.
Yeah.
It's amazing. We appreciate you listening. You want to go more?
No, we're at hour and 18. So we had absolutely no idea what we were going to talk about when we started this, as you may or may not have figured out by now.
On our 8th topic. The last 15 minutes, we basically introduced a brand new show.
Yeah.
teaser,
Yeah.
right? Hey, we're getting good at this. We're teasing shows now. Woo! All right. We appreciate you listening. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you to Adam Chubbuck, techmd.com. Give him a visit, and we'll talk to you guys soon.